Hey guys, Fiddle here. I wanted to give my 2 cents on the recent, scaling debacle and my opinion on what's going on with the whole thing and how I feel. So, to give a little bit of my background, I'm a senior software developer. I don't develop for games, mine's web-based applications, but I do have a general idea on the development cycle and how just generally developing stuff works. It could be, let me caveat that, could be slightly different for game stuff, so take what I say with a little bit of a grain of salt. So, for those of you who don't know, recently Blizzard, in the middle of the week, posted a hotfix to their delves to address the scaling. So this all started off with there was a Reddit post. The Reddit post went over the exact numbers and it found out a crazy thing about delves that should have never been the case ever. Because the scaling rules should have just been generic or more so linear with everything else. There shouldn't have been this weird thing. So what the post found is that when you have two people or one person in a delve, the boss's HP was a certain amount. But the second you added another person, the boss's HP and the mobs in the dungeon, their HP and damage went down. You heard me right. It's not like they went, oh, a net total, it's less than, it's still more, but it's less than what it should be for two people. No, it went lower than what it was for one person. And then at three people, I think it went about the same, or it was still more. It, but either way, adding the second person to your group made the delve objectively easier, which is crazy. It's crazy that that was ever a thing, that made it through testing. So people are rightfully upset. They're like, this is not okay. Come on, this is your flagship thing, your product that you sold as this is the soloable content, and this is how it's being done? Come on, Blizzard. So, Blizzard did what I would call a knee-jerk reaction, and they posted a hotfix to address this issue. And let's start by talking about that. First, this hotfix ruined delves completely. It made it unplayable for almost everyone. It was crazy. And just getting on the subject, in my mind, a hotfix, and for most companies, a hotfix is I need to put something in right now because this is game breaking. This is making the game unplayable for our player base. This is just completely unacceptable. Like because no one can progress. It's causing massive harm because people are hitting this wall or there's a bug that's deleting items, stuff like that. And yeah, different things like that. Generally bugs that just absolutely ruin the game is what hot fixes are for. Hot fixes should never ever be scaling to make things harder, make things more difficult, to bring things to a more difficult content. Now, don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying things shouldn't be hard. That is absolutely not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you're going to make things harder, they need to follow the standard patch cycle within the maintenance window. That way, people know what to expect. People will have time to know, oh, content's going to be moved up harder. And that way, anyone who has you don't punish the people who haven't done this content already. I mean, there are already people who have gotten ahead because it's easier. So now that this is known, you give other people time to get a little bit ahead. And that's part of the issue too. Is Blizzard doesn't want you to ever get ahead. They have certain time gates, they have certain goals that they want for the average player. And if content's too easy and people are finishing the content too fast in Blizzard's eyes, that's a no. That's a no. People need to take time on their content, is the way Blizzard wants to have their game and have the subscription. Um, but they did the most asinine thing. They posted a hotfix to make content harder. So then you had, not only did it make the content harder to an extreme level, it made it did it in the middle of live sessions. So people were in delves, they were spending their time, even solo players, by the way. This wasn't just a hotfix to address the group players. This made them harder across the board. And those solo players or anyone in a delve, when this went live at the 0 second the hotfix went through, mobs' health massively increased. And people took massive damage hits. Because guess what? There were live sessions. It was outside the maintenance window. Content just, they snapped their finger and it got harder. And it destroyed player stuff. And of course, many players didn't know what was going on. They're in a live session. They're not reading the patch notes. They're not reading a hotfix note. They're probably going to rerun thinking, okay, maybe I messed up, let me watch what I'm doing. And then they're going to take gear damage, they're going to suffer gold loss, they're going to suffer time loss because now they're going through this delve, and they legitimately wouldn't know what's happening, why this got harder all of a sudden, and then they lose their delve run. Which, I believe losing a delve, just doing a delve attempt uses up the bountiful, don't quote me on that, I think someone told me that. And the whole thing was just asinine. It's like, okay, it's broken right now. It could be eye level of gear. Maybe people were technically running under the with eye level under the recommended gear. So maybe this just brought in line, maybe it's a gear issue. Let's wait to see what they do. Well, of course, people go and they take it to Reddit. People were rightfully mad that this happened all of a sudden. Without like really any notice, a very much knee-jerk reaction from Blizzard, and then Blizzard again does another knee-jerk reaction with another hotfix to address the delve difficulty, and they break it again. They somehow mess it up twice in a row, to where now like delve 8, if I'm running, we did the math on eye level and stamina. If I'm popping my survival instincts and I'm in cat form, there's a good chance that just the auto attacks will kill me on a delve 8, even if I have the correct eye level in my stamina match. So the scaling's fucked. That are the recommended tags fucked. Because there's no way me as a feral druid would survive the damage coming through, even if I pop my defensives. Even if I'm on the correct eye level. I'm showing my eye level. I am under the eye level, but we did the math on the stamina, is what we did. So this is, again, speculation on the math of stamina, because part of it's speculation, because I haven't been running as Feral. I have to run as Guardian. Because otherwise, like I said, instant one-shot. Just instant one-shot. And it's just wild that, like, they haven't even done, like, the math properly on what the health pool should be. And you could be like, oh, we'll just get a tank, run Guardian. That's not the issue. The issue is that they claim that this is soloable content. They claim that you can do delves on your own, and that they also give an eye level to match, and the assumption would be, that should be my eye level to be able to solo this. Sure, it may be difficult, but I should be able to solo. There's no way these cloth classes are going to solo that at their eye levels. They're going to just get annihilated by, like, melees. Like, maybe they can solo it if they, like, tiptoe one mob at a time and have to play, like, uber carefully at, like, some crazy thing. But then, like, one mob melees and they're dead. Like, it's just crazy. It just feels completely untested. But again, the big thing is not even the difficulty. Let's be honest. The big thing is, again, it was a midweek hotfix. I'm not saying things shouldn't be difficult. Delves could have been more difficult from the start. But the main thing is that this happened midweek and Blizzard is doing scaling difficulty hotfixes instead of doing what hotfixes are intended for. They're doing knee-jerk reactions to public opinion, and they're not letting, like, the opinion set. Because generally when there's an outcry, you need time to actually let it settle. Because sometimes it could just be a very vocal minority who's, like, very upset about difficulty spikes, and they just either need to get used to it or the community needs time to like sort of adjust, and the sort of normal patch window can address that. I mean, there's no reason to rush a patch, in all honesty. Blizzard can just make a statement saying, hey, we know that people are upset about dungeon scaling. We're going to be taking a look into it. We're going to review the numbers, and we're going to post a patch. That's it. That's all they have to do. But instead, they knee-jerked, post the patch. There was zero way. This was like within a day of this blowing up on Reddit. There was zero way that this patch was properly tested. I was talking with a friend who's also in software dev, and he said what this feels like is it feels like they had a junior dev or a like intern or whatever on their team who said, "Oh shit, oh yeah, the scaling numbers aren't what they were in testing, but I have like a quick fix that we can just quickly post here that will move them back to what they were in testing." They must have been like, my code didn't make it originally or something. Yeah, we could just push that, and then someone on the management team was like, "Oh, okay, well then we could just push it. It's already been tested. It's fine." And then they just insta push it without going through the proper cycle. And all of a sudden, things are not fine. Things are not good with the way they were. And it's all fucked. And it's just like, again, this would be alright. Not it wouldn't be alright, but it would be more understandable if Blizzard wasn't a big game company. Like, oh my gosh, like, you're a massive game company. Blunders like that, this shouldn't happen. There should at least be like enough red tape to stop stuff like this. Because generally, when I've worked with large companies in the past, they have an unbelievable amount of bureaucracy and red tape to keep stuff like this happening. So the fact there's not that at Blizzard is just absolutely shocking. And again, it's always a trend where like somehow they just can't like stop messing up. Like from I was reading another post about recently they people didn't realize but they patched the thread market and reduced thread drops by like half, and it completely made like tailoring horrible. Why are they patching stuff to slow down the current pace of the game? Why are they punishing the people getting in like late? That's all that's doing is punishing the people that's getting in late. You're not stopping all the people who massively process. You're not addressing that if that was your target. You're making it clear as day. You just literally want to slow down the pace of the game for some reason. Like, it's just horrible behavior. And for some reason, us WoW players just keep accepting it. Like, I unsubbed from Dragonflight because I saw this behavior. I subbed back for WoW because I see the pacing, the alt, and all that is much better. And so far, the expansion's been better. And then instantly, like, they put on the villain hat with the greedy little goblins. Like, heh, they're here. Now we slow them down. Now we get them. Ha ha ha. Now you're stuck in the game with our pacing. It's just horrible. Like, I'm actually thinking about subbing again. And because us, like, players shouldn't take this. Like, if they're behaving like this, they want to slow down the game. I'll show you something to slow down. I'll unsub. There's your slowdown. I'll take away the funding from your, that you're getting from me. Like, people just shouldn't accept it. So yeah, I'm hoping to see changes. Hopefully they fix it. Like, they're just ruining the goodwill. Because again, so far, I've had fun this expansion. This expansion's been pretty good in my opinion. There's only a minor thing. The other video I had was over Dawnbreak. But besides that, I've had a great time. Like, these zones have been great. Hollowfall is an amazing zone. I love, like, the Nerubian stuff. I love the Cobalt stuff and the Ringing Deep. A lot of the dungeons are not, like, exceptional, but they're not bad. A lot of the content's just generally fun to do. But the fact that they keep pushing artificial stuff, they keep, like, destroying things, they keep purposely slowing down the game, and letting those, like, those who got ahead get even more ahead, it's just shitty behavior. And again, I don't know what I expected. This is the same like management, same Blizzard team. Like even though Microsoft bought it, it's still Blizzard. They're still behaving like Blizzard does, and we WoW players just shouldn't accept it. So yeah, maybe I'll post an update on if I'm gonna unsub or not. But like, I encourage like, if you're also tired of this behavior, just don't give them your money anymore. Like it's just awful. It's just awful. So anyways, this has been my rant over all of it. This has been the news on what's been going on recently with WoW. Um, I would say if you want me to do more WoW content, like give a like or sub, but like I'm not gonna do that with WoW content. If you like what I say or like what I'm doing, sub to the channel. I do mostly Olympus Company content. Maybe you could leave comments on what you want me to do next. Again, probably not sticking with WoW in all honesty. But if you want to see me do a different game, hey, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you later.